directed at white farmers, but black farmers are also targeted. Land invaders have reportedly dealt a fledgling black fruit farmer a devastating blow, burning down 130 hectares of mango orchards in his 888-hectare farm in Zanin, Limpopo. According to Mr. Kabu, who owns the farm, they have had incidents where farm workers were attacked and killed in their sleeping quarters. These barbaric crimes are shocking to say the least, and the ACDP condemns them. This past Saturday, we witnessed an estimated 30,000 bikers in Pretoria who were protesting against farm murders and saying enough is enough. Among them was Eugene Machele, who said, when farmers are murdered, then we are killing the country and food security. The ACDP strongly condemns the hatred that is prevailing in our country today, hatred against farmers and all citizens, particularly the most vulnerable. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, House Chair. The United Democratic Movement adds its voice to the condemnation of farm attacks and matters of farmers and farm workers in South Africa. We also wish to acknowledge their actual and feeling of vulnerability and their frustration because although there has been a recent spike in these rural crimes, we have thus far treated it as a perennial problem. Rural safety in general is problematic. Even reports of late of an increase in stock theft, which of course impose economic hardships on commercial and subsistence farmers, have also increased over the past couple of weeks. The UDM strongly advocates and believes that an all-inclusive and holistic approach towards this problem is what we need in order to address it. An approach of this nature should be accompanied by vigorous debate or dialogue on issues pertaining to land redistribution, rural revitalization, labor relations in farms, and racism in general. That said, land redistribution and racism in particular being emotive issues, we should not turn them into political football. On Smooth the question is, we have a national rural safety strategy. Why is it not working? Yes, we admit that it was adopted recently.
All right, and so we continue. It's been 6 months since the start of the lockdown here in South Africa. Although restrictions have eased under level 2 of the lockdown, the way to recovery is still difficult for many. Companies in the private sector have been helping and donating critical items from portable hand washing stations to much needed PPE and vehicles. Thousands of communities in Gauteng, Western Cape and KwaZulu-Natal are set to benefit. The Health Ministry's private-public partnerships have been critical, ensuring there is no complacency in the fight against COVID-19.
In an effort to help improve the hygiene efforts of those living in poorer communities, a private company has donated 400 portable hand wash stations and 1 million bars of soap to public health facilities.
It's a good thing that we're using this thing for Dettol. You use your soap and it's a water pump. You don't have to touch anything that has been touched by other people.
It's easier for us because we don't have to touch anything, or the babies who got babies, they don't have to step on anything. So we just use the hand washing liquid while it is on the stand. We just step on it and use it.
The compact hand wash stations will be rolled out in the most affected provinces of Gauteng, KwaZulu-Natal and the Western Cape.
Now, whilst we are in the grips of this pandemic, we are here to unveil one of the most significant partnerships and programs to help communities and vulnerable people in South Africa in the fight against coronavirus.
We know that hand washing, a simple task of hand washing with soap and clean water, is the first line of defense against coronavirus.
This company donated vehicles and personal protective gear for frontline workers in Ekurhuleni.
Is destined for Bertha Goa Hospital and the O.R. Tambo Memorial Hospital, as well as the 2 quarantine facilities or areas, Telkom Park and Birchwood, which has later moved to Kopanang Hotel.
Gauteng's acting health MEC says they will ensure that all the donated items are accounted for.
We're promoting clean governance, clean administration, accountability, ethics and moral leadership as demanded by our country's constitution and the laws that it creates. So all this will be accounted for.
With frontline workers at the coalface of the pandemic, these items will come in as an added injection to the fight against the virus.
I doubt if there's been any other, epidemic or pandemic which have really shaken the health workers, so hard, such as this pandemic. So in that context, any measure which help us to manage and reduce the impact of this COVID-19 will always be highly welcome.
Citizens have again been urged to ensure that they continue taking precautions by ensuring that they wear their masks, sanitize and keep a safe distance. Nozintombi Mia, SABC News, Johannesburg.